Hello, Raj. It's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
Absolutely well. Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Elisha. I'm excited for this power-packed uh, content
Yeah, my
discussion.
man.
Yeah,
Beautiful. And I'm also excited to have you on the show, my man. And you see, oftentimes, Raj, I love to thank my guests for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become my anthem. So, firstly, I want to say thank you so very much, Raj, for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invest it in yourself. And oftentimes, my man, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some couple of months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, Raj, there was this very tall and unattractive mango tree. And I used the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, Raj, just recently, I was on that same road, and this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree, you see. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me. Because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now, Raj. I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely experience that day. I was so excited. Here is my point. The fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Raj that you are today, that alone has made it impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you got the request from me to be on the show because I was attracted to the fruit of all that you're doing. Your philosophies, your insights, your journey, the impact your work is having. And now you're offering your solutions. These stuffs are beautiful. And just before I sent you that request, my man, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things Raj is doing. And not only me now, but even with the audience. And here we are today with the amazing Raj. So thank you so very much for doing that to yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing Elisha could do about it. Thanks so much, my man.
you're welcome.
Yeah, my man, thank you. So let's get started. You see, I'm quite excited to have you on the show today for some reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, Raj, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information. And you see, my man, not just knowledge now, but the application of it. And you see, Raj, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge, and darkness ignorance. I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Why? Because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the audience. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the incredible Raj on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, my man, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got a lot of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced, my man, that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, Raj, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or your professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how Raj got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Raj, my
Sure.
man, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate that. So it all started in a short form. I'll just tell you the brief story. When I was 3 years old, my mother takes me to nursery or kindergarten, as you call it in America. When I was 3 years old, we enroll, have a look at the classrooms, have a look at the playground, and we end up in the library. The two first books I pick off the bookshelf in this life was one book about dinosaurs and one book about planets. And you think, okay, dinosaurs and planets, that's interesting. That's unusual, maybe. But for whatever reason, these themes, um, sorry, I think, are we connected? Okay. Um, these themes remained with me throughout my entire life, and they actually governed me further than my own schooling, like the traditional ordinary schooling you get here. These themes actually had far more of an impact on me than the traditional educational subjects. So why? Dinosaurs, because I was intrigued about evolution, the subject of evolution. How do you move from a crocodile to a dog to a giraffe, an elephant, a dolphin? They become more and more intelligent as they move up the chain, up the hierarchy, right? But how does that happen? Like, who decides that? Where is the steps? You can't see it, right? It's invisible. So then I started to ask the question, well, animals evolved to become more advanced. How do humans evolve to become more advanced? Can they do that? And the answer is, of course, yes. But it takes, a certain amount of type of knowledge, the right type of knowledge, the right type of daily disciplined, consistent lifestyle to be able to unfold your true potential. Um, the planet was all about just understanding the universe that we live in, the solar system, for example. You have these beautiful planets. You've got Jupiter spinning at 47,000 kilometers per hour. You've got Saturn, you've got beautiful rings around it. You've got Mercury, you've got Venus, you've got Mars, which if you look on YouTube, Mars is an empty planet. They've got robots looking on Mars from NASA, and you can see the sky is red, the floor is red, but there's no water, there's no plants, there's no dinosaur bones of any kind. So you're wondering, why is there an empty planet here and right next to it, Earth? It's full of life everywhere. In the sky, you've got the birds, in the ocean, you've got the whales, you've got the fish. On the land, you've got 8 billion human beings with all the fruits and veg and seeds and flowers and minerals and gems and everything here. Why is Mars empty then? It doesn't make sense to have an empty planet, does it? So these kind of questions is what I was thinking about when I was a kid. So that helps you give a bit of a backstory, I hope.
Wow. And I tell you, this is sounding pretty new to me. Okay, so let's get started with this. All right. What does life mean to you? Got it?
I do. What does life mean to me? I think life means to me the same as it means to everyone else, which is growth and expansion and development. It's all about learning. It's all about growing your nature, your stature as a person to fulfill your potential. Growth means there's only two things that exist in the universe. When I do podcasts all over the world now, we're becoming famous because of our ability to speak about these spiritual, deep, or religious, or cosmological concepts in a very easy to understand way, and even make it fun and entertaining, right? So we understand there's only two things in the universe: consciousness and energy. Consciousness and energy. They're the only two things that exist. Everything else, including you and me, are variations on those two themes: consciousness and energy, right? So the only purpose for all of us is growth in consciousness and energy. That's it. That's it. We are to evolve back to our original state, believe it or not, as children of the Most High, children of the cosmos, children of God. We're all royal children of the kingdom of our Father. So our job is to learn everything we can to expand our consciousness and our energy to realize that again. That's the purpose.
Hmm, beautiful. The part where you mentioned kingdom. Ah, I love that. I love that. That's a smart one. So let's talk about this powerful method that you invented. Is it the Terry Insomnia Hack method? Can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. The 3-3 Insomnia Hack. So there's a deep story behind this, actually. So I'll have to tell you another story, if that's okay.
Go on, please. Go on.
Absolutely. When I was 18, my mother took me to India for the first time. And being from London, materialistic, I had everything, didn't have to work hard, didn't have to really do anything, really. But that's the kind of foolishness that you get into. You get lazy, you get arrogant, you get obnoxious. I was rude as an 18-year-old materialistic person. I was a very obnoxious person, I would say, with all humility. I say that in a way to help people understand and relate. I wasn't always like this. But I went to India and I meet an avatar. If you've ever heard of the phrase avatar, you may have seen Netflix Avatar Last Airbender with the shape shifting of the elements and all these powers. You also have James Cameron's film Avatar, which was one of the biggest blockbusters ever. So, what does avatar mean? Avatar means a power incarnate into a human, or a divine power incarnate or put into a human being form, a human form. So, I actually met an avatar in India, and the things he knew about me, he knew I picked those books off the bookshelf about planets and dinosaurs. He knew everything about me. And I'm thinking, how is this possible? Like, this is crazy. I thought this was all fantasy stuff. But the avatar was saying to me, listen, son, I know who you are. You don't know who you are. I'm the one who brought you here. I'm the one who's going to give you a mission. And I'm the one who's going to teach you all things that you're seeking to learn as you did since you were a child. Right? Because I was looking for my teacher. Who's going to teach me? Society's so strange to me. It doesn't make sense. So I realized the avatar was the one who was going to lead me to the knowledge that I was so desperately or curiously seeking. So he said to me, you don't know anything, son. You think you've read a few school books and you know something, you know nothing. And I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What are you saying?
Hmm.
And he said, you've got to be humble. You've got to be humble and you've got to listen. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing and hearing. You've got to have faith. You've got to listen and you've got to be humble. You've got to humble yourself. And I thought, this is so at variance to what we learn in the Western school system. I was lost. I was confused. I was like, first we learn all these things, we pass some exams, and we think we're very clever. And then we go to India, meet an avatar, and he completely turns our life upside down. So then I started studying yoga, philosophy, psychology, metaphysics. 25 to 30 years I've been doing that. Then I realized that the stuff you call air, I'm going to get to answer your question in a second, but this stuff you call air is not just air. It's not just oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen like they teach you in school. It's not. It's so much more than that. That the school system will never teach you this. It's light. Three main components: light, electricity, and magnetism. Light, electricity,
Hmm.
and magnetism. Hidden in all space. Is hidden in this air. It's hidden there, 24/7, and it's infinite. Yes, it's infinite.
Hmm.
For you, for
It's
me,
infinite.
it's infinite. Yes.
Wow.
So I then started to learn breathing techniques. By learning breathing techniques from the ancient yogi system, I realized that you are far more powerful than you ever imagined. You're so
True.
powerful as a human being. You have no idea the power you have. Okay. And I'm talking about the power to overcome health issues, financial issues, enjoy your relationships, enjoy your mind power, your relationship with God. All of these things are open to all of us at all times, at all times. And I'm a living proof of this. I've never been sick for 23 years. I've not taken medicine
Wow.
for 23 years. I've not seen a doctor for 23 years. And people ask me, how do you do it? By pulling all of this energy, this electromagnetic power into my brain, I can unlock a whole cascade of neurochemicals that protect me from diseases and viruses.
This is profound,
So,
my man. And you said something about hair, and I want you to talk more on that. So, can you explain the mysteries of breath?
yeah, that the truth is this. It's like when you read a book, right? You read a book, it could be James Clear's Atomic Habits or some other great wisdom book or something. But you can read the book and put it on the shelf. But it means nothing to you if you don't apply what you're reading, right? In the West, you have hundreds, thousands of books, but do they have any wisdom? very little. So the point is, we have to gather wisdom that becomes so much a part of us. I don't need to go running for books. It's all in my memory now. It's all part of me. See? So that's why it's so important to get this kind of understanding. Does that help to answer your question?
Yeah. So let's get back to the 3-3 method. So how does it work and why is it so effective?
Okay, so when you pull in this life energy, this electromagnetic power into your brain, it releases endorphins, which are pain relieving hormones. It also releases serotonin and dopamine, which are feel good, happy hormones. It also releases what's called anandamide. A lot of people don't understand what ananda is. Ananda comes from the Sanskrit word bliss. All human beings have a bliss molecule in their brain, but they never learn how to access that. So they're never fully joyous and happy as they should be as a human being on this planet. So they die and they never realize, oh, I was supposed to be a very happy person. Yeah, but you didn't know how to access that hormone. So you never felt it. Also, this method activates the vagus nerve, which helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system to rest, digest, heal from trauma, heal from a surgery, heal from pain, and get you into an anti-inflammatory state. So you go from inflammation, you have pain because of acidity in your blood. Now you remove the acidity in your blood and you become pain-free, you become inflammation-free, diseases disappear. That's the science. So that's why this method is so effective in helping people sleep as well, to overcome insomnia.
Awesome, my man. So who can use it? Kids, adults, men, women, pregnant women?
Absolutely. So we're trying it with thousands of children, men, women, pregnant women. We have to coach them because there's a couple of small contraindications. Like people who have serious hyperventilation issues, we do not recommend it for them, and we do not recommend it for people who have severe panic attacks because they start, their breathing gets very erratic and they start panicking and they start melting down. Unfortunately, I'd love to help them, but sometimes if they're not willing to get into a clear, healthy mental space, they're just going to make things more complicated. So we don't recommend it for those.
Mm,
Everyone else, 95% of people, it works absolutely fine. So women, children, husbands, men, of course, it's working very well.
profound, profound. And you see, I believe this is so powerful and effective that a lot of people needs to get into this method. So, what would you like to leave the audience with, Raj? And for those folks who like to reach out to you, learn more about the beautiful stuff you're doing, or start to make use of your programs, how can that be possible?
I would say the best thing, if you've got a challenge like stress, anxiety, insomnia, sleeping disorders, ADHD, ADD, PTSD, all of those things, our methods can help tremendously with those. Depression as well. Get a lot of people with depression and other psychosomatic issues and illnesses. As I've mentioned, I've not been sick for 23 years. I know how this works. I know how to apply it. So in terms of transforming a person's life, give me 1 to 3 months to 6 months and I can reverse a lot of issues that doctors have said are incurable. It's possible to do it, but you need the steps. You need to have guidance, and you need to be willing to make some small changes in your lifestyle. So people can go to kingdom.com or the 33insomniahack.com. You can email us. You can buy the program online. It's like $97, extremely cost effective, and it's a one-time solution. You don't need any further upgrades from that. It's all in one, so it's all there for you.
Amazing. This is so profound, Raj, you see. And that headline is going to say, Raj, the man who hasn't fallen sick for 23 years. That's profound, my man. That's beautiful. So I want you to say your website one more time.
Yeah. So it's the best way to get to this method that is called the 33 Insomnia Hack. So if you go to 33insomniahack.com, you'll find a landing page there with information, testimonials from the NHS, Oracle, the software company, Philips Electronics, many independent psychologists and psychiatric workers around the world. You've got video testimonials, written testimonials. You can buy the product there. all the information is there. You can shoot us a message on WhatsApp or phone us or email us, any of that. So we're easily findable.
Awesome, my man. Beautiful. So that's going to be the end of the show, Raj. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this beautiful stuff with us. It means a whole lot. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Take care.